Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody, let's take a look again at the euro currency. Well guys, as you can see, this was really not impressive price action yesterday, so that's probably understandably since today, tomorrow this will be the FOMC meeting and nobody would like to take there some extended and extremely large position, move the market in any direction right at the eve of the announcement concerning the quantitative easing program and whether Federal Reserve will contract it for more $10 billion or it will take the pause and will pay attention to some macro data that was not very impressive in the recent month. So that's why in general our technical picture stands the same. So as we have discussed in the weekly research, especially on the weekly time frame chart, the price action that we see now on the weekly time frame chart is not quite common for normal bearish development, and for the development when the market has formed the bearish engulfing pattern. That was not the normal. So because if this is the engulfing pattern on the weekly time frame chart, that is retracement after completing point of this pattern. After that should follow the extension that approximately equals to the length of the bars of this pattern. That should be some sort of the ABCD pattern at minimum. But instead of it, market has showed this minor attempt to continue move lower, but failed and shows quite fast opposite action with the reversal swing. So you can see this swing up is greater than previous swing down. So in fact, on the weekly time frame chart, you could see that market has triggered the pattern, so it has closed below the low of this pattern, but on the next week it has failed and return right back up. That is not normal, and usually this suggests the further upward continuation, and I can't exclude, as I said in the weekly research, that market even could take out of these highs, since that is the top of the engulfing pattern, and that could mean that in general this action could mean the early sign of the failure of this pattern. I will not be surprised if this will really happen. Besides, on the weekly time frame chart, we have 127 extension of the big butterfly sell that hasn't been triggered yet, hasn't been touched yet. So that's why in the short-term time frame, in the short-term period, I think that we have the bullish context, and on the daily time frame chart, the trend has shifted bullish. Right now, market has standed the resistance, so you can see it has hit the 618 resistance. Now it's showing some minor bounce to the downside, and we said that is normal, and we will expect some deeper move to the downside to take the long position. Currently, this retracement is too small, I suppose. Well, let's see some possible scenarios how this retracement could develop. So if we take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, one of the patterns that we could get here is the reverse head and shoulders. So if I will contract the chart, you will see it definitely. So you can see this could be the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder could be the right shoulder. Pay attention that this is the 127 head and shoulders. It means that head starts at 127 extension of the right shoulder. Also we have this the butterfly, so this is the left wing of the butterfly. Okay, that is right wing of the butterfly. That's quite common thing when the butterfly becomes the part of the head and shoulders pattern. So that's why, and the second moment is that this is the first reversal swing. So when the market has tried to break the previous tendency, that's why, as a rule, after the forming of the reversal swing, market usually has the tendency to show the deep retracement. And I can't exclude that this should be at minimum the 618, 50% somewhere in this area. Although at the first glance this level looks very attractive because this is trade support and the weekly pivot point. But guys, to be honest, I can't exclude that market in some way could touch even the weekly pivot support one. Maybe on the volatility of the Fed Reserve statement, maybe on some other reason. But if this really will be the reverse head and shoulders pattern, market should hold, approximately should hold its harmony. And you can see that weekly pivot support one stands right near the lows of the right shoulder. So to keep the harmony, market will probably will have to form another deep shoulder if it really will be this pattern. Okay, that's why I can't exclude that market even could show as the deep retracement, even move to the weekly pivot support one. That will be normal thing, because if it will move below this level, below the weekly pivot point, it will stand somewhere in the semi position, because if it will form just low around the 618, it will be not quite harmonic pattern. Although it could happen that market could reach just the 618 support around 136 even and turn to the upside or something of that sort. But to keep the perfect harmony, it could really touch this weekly pivot support one. Maybe it will be some spike or something of that sort. But right now, our trading plan is the same. So just expect when the market will form the valley and trying to take the position, because we also need to contract our risk. So as deep this valley will be, as less risk we will take on our back. Because in this case we could take the position with the really acceptable risk level rather than here. Okay. Current price action development also looks a bit interesting, because I know, guys, what you think about. You probably could think about this potential double repo sell, because it looks very similar to the. But here we have not quite sufficient number of candles to the upside. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we will supply 6, 7, it's a bit not very good for us, since it's almost consists of the one candle to the upside. And another thing that it's a bit the risk factor right now, if you not currently think about the scalp short, market hasn't quite reached 127 extension of that swing. Okay, that is the ultimate target of the butterfly. So the butterfly very often reached 127 extension of the whole butterfly swing. Okay, and stands slightly high. So I can't exclude that market also prior the appearing of the right shoulder could really test this area. Another reason why I think so stands on the hourly time frame chart. So if you take a look at the hourly time frame, you'll see that market is forming some sort of the falling wedge patterns that's potentially bullish. And here also it could take the shape of the free drive buy. So if you take a look, some sort of this first drive, second, this could be the third drive around 136.37, 136.40. Because take a look that the second drive stands at 127 of the first. Okay. And no, that's my mistake. It's 127 of the first is right here. That is 127 of the second, and 127 of the first stands in agreement with the 1618 of the second drive. So very probable that market could show this complement of the ABCD action inside of the wedge pattern and reach the target of the butterfly, and after that will start to form deeper retracement. I can't exclude this moment. That's also possible. That's why in the current circumstances, especially the eve of the Federal Reserve meeting, personally I do not want to take any scalp short position here. I think that personally for me, the expectation and the expectation of some value to take the long is enough for current situation on the euro currency, because it's too much uncertainty with the short-term situation. Whether market will start move right down here by the breakout to the downside, or it first will hit 127 extension of the butterfly in the follow time frame chart, will form here some sort of the head and shoulders, for instance, or it will form some kind of the butterfly here or something of that sort, and will start move to the downside. After that, this not sufficient data to understand that. It's not quite clear, because we have the pattern that theoretically points on the possible upward continuation. At the same time, we have the market that stands at the resistance, on daily resistance. So that could be some sort of fast splash and turn to the downside. Well, it's very difficult to say. And uncertainty now is even greater because during the Fed Reserve announcements, Fed Reserve speech could be anything. Anything could happen. That's why I think that the better choice right here is just to expect whether the market will form the valley. Here is around 136 at minimum, or even it will proceed to the weekly period support one. Otherwise, other words, this area is where we will watch for potential buy patterns. Because this, just from the probability point of view and from the risk value point of view, is much more attractive situation, because here will be significantly less risk right here. And by the overall situation, that will be more logical to search possibility for taking the long in this area, rather than just trying to catch the wolf by the ears and trying to catch the short position here without taking risk to be trapped in this possible spike up to the 127 and so on. So that's, guys, my 2 cents on the euro currency. But in the nearest weeks, I think that the action here will be very interesting. Also, guys, keep an eye on the Japanese yen. And now recall our monthly research that we have made on the previous months. If my mind doesn't trick me, we have made the research on the Japanese yen, and currently it looks like our situation is starting to work and starting to come to life, if we could say. Maybe we will dedicate some weekly research to the Japanese yen, because there is a really interesting situation also. So that's all for today. Let's see what will happen, and I hope that today, tomorrow, we will get more clear signs here, and we will get more certainty from the market what to do in the nearest future.